Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, and hello everyone. I am Prabdeep Singh, ex-British Army soldier. Once a soldier, always a soldier. Why it is so? Because army is not a uniform that you take off and you're done with your job. Army is a discipline, is a core values which you get trained, which your mind get conditioned with, and that does not leave you for the rest of your life. In my case, I am also a part of Khalsa Army. Khalsa Army, the army formed by Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh Patshahi Ji, the first and the 10th Guru Master. So, why, if I come back to the point, why the army is about? Army is all about serving the nation. And when you talk about the nation is made up of peoples. If there are no people, there can be no nation. And then if you go further on, you talk about the state. State is the geopolitical entity, which is presented by the political parties of the country. Now we talk about the people who makes the nation a nation that turns to be a state one day. I'm going to talk about the people of the nation today. UBS Wealth Management says that the 99% of the people, the working class people, are getting poorer. People's survival is becoming harder and harder due to the rise of inflation, rise of living cost crisis. And it is becoming hard to meet even the basic needs. Fuel price, energy price, gas price are very hard to be met nowadays. And in October, it's even getting higher. When you talk about the energy is gonna be getting higher in the month of October. So where we are going to, and who is leading to the people to that bad state? They are the politician class of the country, because they are accountable. They have all the responsibility, they have all the resources that they can bring the people to a good quality life, and that's why we select them. We selected the politician. We have the vote power, ballot power. Instead of working for the people, they are only working for some oligarchy's friend. Especially when you talk about the energy companies. They have billions and billions of profit recorded recently. And there is no such thing like inflation, pandemic, like a war for them. Even whenever the country is in a chaotic situation, we have chaos. This is a kind of festival season for them to make the money out of this situation. So my question to Tories, to Conservative Party, is that why? Big why? The hard time is only for the common people. Why the hard time? Why the common people have to survive hard whenever there is any nightmare, whether it is a pandemic, whether it is a war, it's recession, inflation, whatever you call. Why it is only for the common people, not for your oligarchy friends, those who you are looking after very well, those who you are pleasing very well. So why this hard time does not apply on them? Railway worker, BTs, open reach, post office, etc. They are on strikes for a long time. They are doing these strikes for a long time. They've been on strike for a long time. But who's going to fulfill their demands? When the political parties, when the current establishment, current political party is in a race that who's going to be a next prime minister. We are fighting for our rights, for our survival. So shall we give up? We are not being heard, so shall we give up? No, we can't give up. We are the people who elect these politicians. We are the people, and people have the powers. We will keep fighting. and our fight will keep going on. A couple of months back, I watched Mr. Boris Johnson interview on Good Morning Britain with Susanna. And Susanna asked the question that why don't you import the windfall tax on the energy companies? And Mr. Boris' response did not represent him as a prime minister, as a leader of this country. Boris responded that if we put the windfall tax on them, they won't invest. They won't invest, they will take their investment back, they won't invest in the business. So when you give this kind of reply, this kind of response on the media telling that we are so helpless and we are working under the corporate class, these oligarchy class, what does it represent? Are you telling the people that we have no power at all? We are not leading the country, only these oligarchies, these corporate families are leading the countries? Is that what you're trying to say? So you have shown your fear, you have shown your timidness that if you put the windfall tax on them, so they will not invest in the business. So this is not going to happen first time, it has happened before. In 1999, the Labour has put the windfall tax. Even the Spain has done it last year. So why the oligarchies are not being, why the rich or the corporate or the oligarchies are not being touched and they are being looked after? And why the suffering is only to the common people, to the common man? So this is my question and my demand from the Tories to put the windfall tax on these oligarchy, those who have recorded billions of profit, whether it's a BT, whether it is the energy companies. So they deserve the windfall tax because the money they have made out of this chaos from the geopolitical problems. So when you make abundance out of this problem, out of this situation, this is why the windfall tax is there for. So the windfall tax need to be imposed on them. This is my first demand, and more demands you can see. I have put them on the slider on the sides. So on the same show, when I'm talking about the Good Morning Britain show, on the same show, Susanna shared a story of very vulnerable woman, 77-year-old named Elsie, who resorted eating one meal a day. England is not a lower poverty line. England is a rich country. We are a rich country. So in a country like England, our peoples are surviving hard. They are skipping their meals. They are resorting their eating to one meal a day, or they are skipping the meal for a whole day. Is that bringing a good name to the country? And this is the situation nowadays. This is what is happening due to the inflation, due to the bad policy they introduced, due to their mismanagement to the country. Not only the story of Elsie, this is the story of most of us. But who's gonna talk about it? Why don't we talk about it? We are complaining, we are mourning. Everybody, I have met so many people, everybody is complaining about it, mourning about it. But we are not recognizing the power of the people. The power of the people, that we are the one who establish these political class, establish these politicians to come into the power and work for us. If they are not working for the common people, working for their rich friends, let me share with you Guru Nanak saying, with our own hands, let's arrange our own affairs. Guru Nanak said it in Gurbani, in Guru Granth. We cannot sit back, relax, watching the news, watching the movies, having the popcorn in your lap. This is not the time. This is the time to come forward and raise the voice. Good time is not awaited. Rather, the good time is earned. So we have to earn, we have to restore the good time, the good days. When you talk about only 6-7 months back, the fuel cost here in England, it was £1.10. And within 7-8 months, look at the price, it's doubled. And the energy prices, the rise of energy prices is coming in October. So are we waiting to be more squeezed? Are we waiting to be more peeled off? Or we need to wake up now and raise our voice and oppose these policies and tell the politicians to work for us, not only for their few oligarchy friends. So far as I am concerned, I'm gonna play my part. The part I'm going to play is in a form of hunger strike. Why I'm staying hungry? Why I'm not gonna eat for 1 week and surviving on a water? Just to show you the future, as the LC has resorted to eating one meal a day, I'm just gonna show you the future a little further after few years, maybe, if the conditions, if the circumstances doesn't change in a coming future, this is how we're going to be like. We have to train ourselves to stay hungry in order to survive on this planet. Or we wake up now, or we raise our voice now and tell them to work for the, as the politician of a sovereign state, to work for the common people. Do not bother about these oligarchy friends whom you are trying to please, because in the future, while you are pleasing them, it is a very popular saying in English that you scratch my back, I scratch your back. In future, you might need some funds from them for running the election. So hunger strike will start on this coming Monday from 8th of August till the 14th of August, Monday to Sunday for 6 days. And how you can support me, how you can support the cause, rather than supporting me, just take it as it is your own cause, that this is your own fight. So how you can support, share as much as possible to awake the people around you. Just talk about these situations and question your local politicians. We cannot be busy watching the race that who's going to be a next PM. We need a solution, and the solution has to be right away. Solution, we don't need discussion either. We don't need a solution to be discussed over the TV for another 6 months, showing us the dream in a broad daylight that this is going to happen. We have heard that a lot. So we need a solution straight away. The solution is there. People have the solution. We know that the things can be better. So all my demands you have seen on the side of the screen. So they are all coming on a slider. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, hunger strike will go on for the rights of the common people, for the rights of the working class, whether they are BT, whether they are railway workers, whosoever they are, whosoever are fighting for their rights. So the hunger strike is going to be in the support of them. And let's fight together. Let's bring our normal days back, and let's move the country ahead. So I will take your leave now and see you soon. Thank you very much. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.